Hi guys, today we will talk about the topic seen in class the last 2 weeks. We talk about three topics: simple past of be, was or were, simple past regular verbs, and simple past irregular verbs. We use was were to talk about the past. Second point, we often use was were with past time expressions, yesterday, last night, in 2014, and we use was or were with born. I was born in Canada. Was used for the pronouns in singular: I, he, she, or it. Um, where is used for you, we, and they. In the negative form, one. The structure for simple past of be in affirmative is for singular pronouns: I, he, she, it. Use was in the complement. I was there, he was there, she was there, it was there, with the pronouns in plural. You were there, we were there, or they were there. Negative form is using contraction: I, he, she, or it wasn't there. You, we, and they in plural. You, we, they weren't there. An interrogative form: was and were past first. The second, in the second place, is the pronoun. Um, for was is I, he, she, or it, and for where is you, we, and they. And add the interrogative sign. The answers for interrogative is yes, I was, or yes, I were. In negative is no, I wasn't, or no, you weren't. Examples: Vincent van Gogh was an artist. Was he Dutch or French? She wasn't in class yesterday. Where were you last night? You weren't at home. For affirmative form, for regular verbs, used for pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, they. In this case, use work in base form. In this case, is worked yesterday. I worked yesterday. You worked yesterday. We worked yesterday. In negative, use didn't, the contraction. Use the pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, and they with didn't work. In this case, the verb don't changes. I didn't work yesterday. You didn't work yesterday. And she didn't work yesterday. In interrogative, use did for the first place, and second plus I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, the pronoun we use. The verb work yesterday, the verb in the base form, and interrogative thing. And the answers is in affirmative: yes, I did, yes, you did. And negative is no, I didn't use the contraction. The regular verbs in base form use watch, play, arrive, study, stop. In past, simple past, watch is watched, play is played, arrive, arrived, arrived, study, studied, stop, stopped. Examples: I booked the flights yesterday. We arrived in the airport at 10 o'clock this morning. When I was young, I watched TV every night. I worked as an waiter every weekend when I was in college. Simple past irregular verbs. Some verbs are irregular in the past, in positive, and change their form. Example: go is went, have is had. We only use the irregular past form in affirmative sentences. I bought a bag last night. Alright? And we use the base form after did or didn't. Example: did you go out last night? Remember, the word order in questions, auxiliary, subject, base form. Example: did you go out last night? Or question word. Auxiliary, subject, base form. Example: where did you go? In base form, the irregular verbs, I use little list: buy, come, feel, find, get, go, have, know, put on, say, take, team, and wear. In past is boy, bought, come, came, feel, felt, find, found, get, go, get, got, go, went, have, had, know, knew, put on, say, said, take, took, think, thought, wear, wore. In past, the verb in base form only add didn't and the first place. Examples: I went to Iceland in December. I didn't go to New York. Did you go to a party? Who did you go with? And for the finish, the great final, I answer questions. How was your secondary school? I studied my secondary at the Valladolid school in Spain. Did you have many friends? No, I've always liked being alone. What did you like about your last school? Really, I didn't like being there. It wasn't a good school. Mainly the teachers. Where did you go on the last vacation? And what did you do? We visit with my family, my sister in Puerto Escondido, and I love the sea. Where did you stay? We don't stay at hotel. We stayed in her house. Did you enjoy the time of your vacations? Absolutely. Okay. Um, my experience, the best experience. We drove it from Puerto Escondido to Oaxaca City by bike with my brother, and we knew beautiful places and people. People will help us along the way. It was very difficult, but we always had our goal in mind. We did not go by road, we did by mountains, and we recorded and saved as the best experience we ever had. And there was a moment when no food came in ad, the sun was very strong, but still nothing stopped us. Thank you for watching.